Welcome in. This is game number 21 of the Steam Backlog Challenge. It's Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. This is a D&D alternative. Similar rules, but, change it up. And honestly, awesome game. I have 4 criteria that I'm grading the games on. This is not a grade on overall greatness of a game, but rather on how much value it had to me, personally, in this challenge. Number 1 is the sound. How was the sound quality? Is it nice to listen to? Were there good voice actors? Was the ambiance good? Were the sound effects, not annoying? Was there good music? Number 2, objective or story. Was this engaging? Did I feel something? Was I intrigued about the point of it all? Number 3, fun. How fun was this? Was this enjoyable, or was the game just a major hurdle to my enjoyment? Number 4, replay value. If I completed a playthrough, is it worth revisiting? And if I didn't, is it worth doing a full playthrough of? I didn't add graphics to this list because I didn't think it would be fair in this challenge, as some games have lower quality or style, and I didn't think it would be a fair comparison in terms of grading value of the purchase. And those are my 4 criteria for grading games in the Steam Backlog Challenge. The sound in this game is next level, really great. I mean, everything about it was fantastic in my opinion. The background music is amazing. The sound effects are just on point. I mean, every little interaction, every attack, everything about it is just fantastic. The panning automation is really good. You can hear, where people are speaking from and when effects are going off and if things are going on in a room, in a chamber, just even that was taken into consideration. And there's a lot of voice lines to have to coordinate here in the story. They were all executed really well. I don't think there was a character I interacted with that I was cringing at. And I'll be honest, I'm not very comfortable having LGBTQ kind of characters sort of forced down your throat. But the way that it was executed in this game was phenomenal. I cared about every single one of those characters. And if you're going to do a character who has, an alternate lifestyle, say, this is how you should present them. And they're people first. Okay? And acting as them, portraying them, portray them as you would their archetype. If they're a paladin, play them as a paladin. If they're a ranger, play them as a ranger. And give them the presence that they deserve. And I just felt so much of that. It didn't matter. And the presentation was so good. 5 out of 5.
What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could.
The story is very deep. I didn't get into a lot of it. I played for a while, and yet I still didn't get into a whole lot of the story. But from what I did get to experience, I think I saw kind of as many layers as it took. It's phenomenal. You have your own narrative going on, of course, because you created a character with a full character sheet that has a background and a deity to which they follow. So you kind of define your character's spiritualism and their philosophy. And so you have to play that character in that way and interact with the story that's presented to you in that way. And the story itself is very linear and easy to follow. It's not super convoluted. There are side quests that could make it kind of convoluted because there's a lot of little spin-offs going on in the kind of major conflict. But you don't get distracted and pulled away from that. You know what you need to do. You know what the main quest is and what you should be driving towards. there's also this sort of mythic system going on. So not only do you have your character, like, this was a good decision, this was an evil decision. In key moments, you have sort of the angelic decision and the sort of demonic type decision, and it, plays on your alignment on another layer. Honestly, the story, and then obviously, I always like to use this section to talk about the objective, like what are you doing in the game to achieve the next phase of the game, etc. All of that was really clear, and I think both would deserve equally 5 out of 5.
Corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what?
So this is my first playthrough ever of doing a Pathfinder game, or Pathfinder, I guess. And I mean, I haven't even played the tabletop version, and so I didn't know what to expect. I did watch a little D4. If you don't know the channel, go check out Colby at the D4 channel. He even does Pathfinder builds. He's more of a D&D guy, traditional tabletop, but he had build guide for Pathfinder. So I went and got a little background before I jumped in. He was excellent, really got my mind going, got my wheels turning. And that was enough to get me started. And honestly, first sit down of this, I was in there for 4 hours straight. That should tell you everything you need to know. Very adoptable. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's more approachable than Baldur's Gate 3. Just the systems. You would think, okay, it's a more complicated. No, it's actually not. And there's sort of a lever you can kind of pull a little bit to make it, more intense, less intense. But everything about it, man, the puzzles, the role-playing mechanics, the crafting, the lore, all of it just was so new, so fun. It wasn't so foreign and like hard to pick up. I greatly enjoyed this. Honestly, 5 out of 5.
You are today's sacrifice.
Straight to favorites. Straight to Always Tomorrow. And this game absolutely deserves a full playthrough. Now, I don't know if I'm going to 100% this game or not, but I can tell you without a doubt, this game is going to get a full playthrough. No need to say more. 5 out of 5. On to the ceremony. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. I put playing this game off for a while, and I'm glad I finally got to play it. Wow, man. I like classic RPGs. I grew up playing classic RPGs. Classic RPGs inspired me to even just get into video games. I grew up watching my stepdad play them, and just other people in my family play them, and it was just so otherworldly and cool. And getting to see, Pathfinder, which is it's a cool spin-off of Dungeons and Dragons, which is, what the original classic RPGs were based off of, the tabletop game Dungeons and Dragons. Getting to see this thing evolve and make some changes to that platform that are really, really good, really cool. And honestly, this is so approachable. Picking up Baldur's Gate 3 is actually kind of intimidating, even with a build guide, because of the way that Dungeons and Dragons is structured. And doing the tabletop game too, picking up the tabletop game and trying to play for the first time and get your head wrapped around. I mean, it's a deep dive. To really get into it and fully understand it, there's a lot you have to learn. And there's a lot going on in Pathfinder too now. It's not to say that it doesn't come with its own sort of trappings. There's a whole set of lore that you have to pick up, and there's new rules and restrictions that you have to understand about how classes work. The tabletop game is different than the video game. There's a lot going on here, and I don't want to ramble on too much. We'll just say this was very enjoyable. I will definitely be coming back to this. and I'm really excited to have finally picked this up. And by the way, there's so much content. I only got 2 achievements. I played this for 7 hours. Earnestly, I played this for 7 hours. And I've done 1 side mission, and I just made it out of like the starting area. Insane playtime. I'm the kind of player who does search around and look through every map, and if I do see a puzzle, I'll solve it. So there are things that trip me up. So if you're the kind of person who would like speed run through this, or you just focus on the main objective or whatever, then maybe your playtime will differ. But for me, 7.3 hours on this, and there's just so much left to do in the game. 2 out of 153 achievements, massive. So we will do the ceremony though. I have my local saves and everything backed up. Don't want to lose my save file. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and uninstall. And this one gets added to favorites. This one gets added to favorites. Absolutely. But let's talk about this. I managed to pick up Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous for $8.63. And so basically $7.99 with a 60% discount from the original price, and then paid a little bit of tax. So do I think that this game is worth $8.63 that I paid for it? 100%, 110%. Very, very much worth it. I think we got all the value and then some, and there's so much more to do here. Like, I haven't even extracted all the value out of this. Like, there's so much more to experience. If you wanted to pick up Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous today, you're gonna pay $20 on Steam. But honestly, the move, and hear me out, is to go ahead and add the Game of the Year edition with all of the expansions here. Add these to the wish list, and I'm actually going to do the same thing. As I was reviewing this, I just noticed that down here in the content for the game, there were several free DLCs that I hadn't even added to my library that were just sitting here. So I went and added them to the library. So the next time that we play Pathfinder, we will have all of these DLCs that are for free. Then anything that I didn't have that was inside of this bundle, I went ahead and added it to my wish list. So when this bundle comes on sale, any one of these will be flagged, and you'll get a notification saying, hey, a game in your list is on sale. Or you just go into your store and then click your wish list and click the on sale feature, and it should come up. But do I think that paying the $50 for this game is worth it? Yeah, to get all of the expansions and DLC. There's free DLC involved. I mean, I barely touched the surface of the base game, and I was 7 hours in. I was enjoying every bit of it. The characters are fun. The voice acting is great. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. It immediately went into one of my favorites, and I couldn't be more pleased. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tagging along. Much appreciated. And this is me, Mucho, signing out.